Adjectival agreement in French. In French, you have to make adjectives agree to the noun they're describing. But what does that mean? What's an adjective? Adjectives describe nouns, and in French, nouns can be either singular or plural, and masculine or feminine. Le chien means the dog, and it's a masculine singular noun. La maison means the house, and it's a feminine singular noun. Les chiens means the dogs, and this is a masculine plural noun. Les maisons means the houses, and that's a feminine plural noun. As I said, adjectives describe nouns. In English, it doesn't matter what noun you describe, the adjective always stays the same. For example, look how the word good stays the same in all these example sentences. The wine is good. The food is good. The children are good. The cars are good. It doesn't matter what the noun is, in English the word good stays the same. In French, however, if we were to say those sentences, the word for good, which is bon, would change in each sentence. Le vin est bon. The wine is good. La nourriture est bonne. The food is good. Les enfants sont bons. The children are good. Les voitures sont bonnes. The cars are good. You'll see how the ending of the adjective bon changes slightly depending on the type of noun it's describing. This is called agreeing the adjective. Agreeing the adjective. There are rules for how to agree the adjective in French. If you were to look in a dictionary for any adjective, the version you find is the one that you can use to describe masculine singular nouns, and then we change it if we want to describe feminine nouns or plural nouns. Let's have a look at what those changes are. Masculine singular nouns, well, the adjective doesn't change. Masculine plural nouns, add an S to the end of the adjective. For feminine singular nouns, add an E to the end of the adjective. And for feminine plural nouns, add an ES to the end of the adjective. Let's have a look at an example of this in use with the adjective parfait, which means perfect. So a masculine singular noun, we can say le poulet est parfait. Le poulet est parfait. The chicken is perfect. For masculine plural nouns, we add an S and we get les poulets sont parfaits. Les poulets sont parfaits. The chickens are perfect. For feminine singular nouns, we add an E and we get la dinde est parfaite. La dinde est parfaite. The turkey is perfect. And for feminine plural nouns, we add an ES to the adjective. So we get les dindes sont parfaites. Les dindes sont parfaites. The turkeys are perfect. Adjectives ending in an E. Now, those 4 rules are general rules that you can apply to most adjectives. There are adjectives that don't follow these rules and which do their own thing. When you come across irregular adjectives, it's a good idea to learn how they change. In the 3-minute French courses, when we learn irregular adjectives, we always learn their unique feminine and plural versions too. There is a group of adjectives that has a more simplified set of rules, and that's adjectives that end in an E. If an adjective already ends in an E in French, you don't need to add an extra E to make it feminine. For example, fantastique. Fantastique means fantastic. Let's have a look at the different versions of that adjective. So for masculine singular nouns, we just use the normal adjective. Le poulet est fantastique. Le poulet est fantastique. The chicken is fantastic. For masculine plural nouns, we add an S to the end. Les poulets sont fantastiques. Les poulets sont fantastiques. The chickens are fantastic. For feminine singular nouns, Because the adjective already ends in an E, we don't need to do anything to it. So we can say la dinde est fantastique. La dinde est fantastique. The turkey is fantastic. And for feminine plural nouns, all we have to do is add an S if the adjective already ends in an E. So we can say les dindes sont fantastiques. Les dindes sont fantastiques. The turkeys are fantastic. You can see how you still have to add an S to make it plural, but the masculine and feminine versions are the same. Another adjective that ends in an E is terrible. Terrible. So in the masculine singular we have le poulet est terrible. Le poulet est terrible. The chicken is terrible. For masculine plural nouns we add an S. Les poulets sont terribles. Les poulets sont terribles. The chickens are terrible. In the feminine singular, we don't have to add an extra E because terrible already ends in an E, and we have la dinde est terrible. La dinde est terrible. The turkey is terrible. And for feminine plural nouns, we just add an S. Les dindes sont terribles. Les dindes sont terribles. The turkeys are terrible. Let's practice. See if you can say these sentences in French. Firstly, here's a little vocabulary you might need. Some masculine nouns. Restaurant is restaurant. Boy is garçon. Chicken is poulet. Child is enfant. Wine is vin. And dog is chien. Some feminine nouns. House is maison. Girl is fille. Turkey is dinde. Carrot is carotte. Car is voiture. And door is porte. And then some adjectives. Big is grand. Small, petit. Fantastic is fantastique. Perfect is parfait. Red is rouge. Terrible is terrible. Black is noir. And noisy is bruyant. So how would you say in French, the boy is small? Le garçon est petit. Le garçon est petit. The restaurant is big. Le restaurant est grand. Le restaurant est grand. The car is noisy. La voiture est bruyante. La voiture est bruyante. So we add an E to the end because la voiture is a feminine noun. The car is red. La voiture est rouge. La voiture est rouge. So because rouge already ends in an E, we don't need to add an extra E. The children are perfect. Les enfants sont parfaits. Les enfants sont parfaits. So we add an S because enfant is in the plural. The girl is small. La fille est petite. La fille est petite. So we add an E because fille is feminine. The turkey is fantastic. La dinde est fantastique. La dinde est fantastique. So fantastique already ends in an E, so we don't have to add an extra E. How would you say the carrots are fantastic? Les carottes sont fantastiques. Les carottes sont fantastiques. The dogs are black. Les chiens sont noirs. Les chiens sont noirs. So we add an S because it's plural. The door is black. La porte est noire. La porte est noire. So because la porte is feminine, we add an extra E to noir. The houses are big. Les maisons sont grandes. Les maisons sont grandes. So we add an ES because houses in French, maison, is feminine and plural. The dog is black. Le chien est noir. Le chien est noir. The girls are small. Les filles sont petites. Les filles sont petites. So we add an E and an S to the end of the adjective petit because fille is feminine and plural. The boys are small. Les garçons sont petits. Les garçons sont petits. So we add an S because garçon is plural and masculine. The restaurants are big. Les restaurants sont grands. Les restaurants sont grands. The children are noisy. Les enfants sont bruyants. Les enfants sont bruyants. The house is big. La maison est grande. La maison est grande. The wine is terrible. Le vin est terrible. Le vin est terrible. The doors are black. Les portes sont noires. Les portes sont noires. The chicken is fantastic. Le poulet est fantastique. Le poulet est fantastique. If you're finding this video useful, please consider pressing the like button, or as the French say, le bouton j'aime. Or in fact they tend to say, mettez un petit pouce levé, which means put a little thumbs up. Or you might even be so kind as to subscribe, s'abonner, as it really helps this channel to grow and reach a wider audience. Merci. In context. It's always good to look at rules in context, because it helps to solidify them in your mind. Let's read through a few paragraphs from chapter 20 of Le Petit Prince, The Little Prince, by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, and focus on any adjectives that appear in the extract. Chapitre 20.
Mais il arriva que le petit prince, ayant longtemps marché à travers les sables,
Les rocs et les neiges, découvrit enfin une route. Et les routes vont toutes chez les hommes. Bonjour, dit-il. C'était un jardin fleuri de roses. Bonjour, dirent les roses. Le petit prince les regarda. Qui êtes-vous? Leur demanda-t-il, stupéfait. Nous sommes des roses, dirent les roses. Ah, fit le petit prince. Et il se sentit très malheureux. Sa fleur lui avait raconté qu'elle était seule de son espèce dans l'univers. Et voici qu'il en était 5000, toutes semblables dans un seul jardin. Elle serait bien vexée, se dit-il, si elle voyait ça. Elle tousserait énormément et ferait semblant de mourir pour échapper au ridicule. Et je serais bien obligé de faire semblant de la soigner, car sinon, pour m'humilier moi aussi, elle se laisserait vraiment mourir. Puis, il se dit encore, je me croyais riche d'une fleur unique, et je ne possède qu'une rose ordinaire. Ça et mes 3 volcans qui m'arrivent aux genoux, et dont l'un peut-être est éteint pour toujours, ça ne fait pas de moi un bien grand prince. Et couché dans l'herbe, il pleura. So in that extract, the adjectives were petit, meaning small, fleuri, which means covered in flowers, stupéfait means astounded, malheureux means unhappy, seul is alone, vexé means offended, obligé is obliged, riche means rich, unique means only, ordinaire is ordinary, éteint means turned off, grand is big, and couché means lying, as in lying down. Now let's quickly take each of those adjectives and look at them in their 4 forms. We'll do masculine singular, feminine singular, masculine plural, and then feminine plural. So petit, meaning small, we have petit, petite, petit, petite. Fleuri, which means covered in flowers, we have fleuri, fleuri with an E on the end, fleuri with an S on the end, and fleuri with an ES on the end. Stupéfait, which means astounded, we have stupéfait, stupéfaite, stupéfait with an S on the end, and stupéfaite with an ES on the end. Malheureux means unhappy, and we have malheureux, malheureuse, malheureux, malheureuse. Seul means alone, and we get seul, seul with an E on the end, seul with an S on the end, and seul with an ES on the end. Vexé is offended, and we have vexé, vexé with an E, vexé with an S, and vexé with an ES. Obligé means obliged. We get obligé, obligé with an extra E, obligé with an S, and obligé with an ES. So with obligé, just like with vexé, they end in an E with an acute accent. And so for the feminine, we do add an extra E. Riche means rich. We have riche, riche, riche with an S, and riche again with an S. So this is one where it ends in an E, and we don't add an extra E. Unique means only, and we have unique, unique, unique with an S, and unique with an S. Ordinaire means ordinary. We get ordinaire, ordinaire, ordinaire with an S, and ordinaire with an S. Éteint means turned off, and we have éteint, éteinte, éteint, and éteinte. Grand means big, and it goes grand, grande, grand, and grande. And then finally we have couché, which means lying, as in lying down. Couché, couché with an extra E, couché with an S, and couché with an ES.